I have this DiSEqC switch that brings 4 satellites into my living room receiver, and lately it's been acting up. I think some water may have gotten into it. I'm getting some of the satellite channels, and on other satellites nothing, and they're all working fine in my garage. So by process of elimination, I'm pretty sure it's the switch. I don't know where it's leaking, but something's not working with it, so today we're going to change it. And as a reminder, DiSEqC Switch looks a lot like a splitter, but it's actually a switch that allows you to combine several satellite signals and send them to your receiver through only one cable. And the switch itself is controlled by commands that you set up in the installation menu in your receiver. If you're interested in more information about DiSEqC switches, I have a couple of videos that explain how these switches work and how to program them into your receiver. And you can see those on my channel. And to make things easier, I actually went ahead and used some masking tape just to label all of the cables so I know which port they're going to plug into the new switch at. And here is the new DiSEqC switch I'll be installing. The old one had 8 ports on it, but I found that for the living room I didn't need all those, so I'm going to use this one here. It's 4 ports. It's made by Amico, and Amico is a good name. They make very good quality satellite receivers. And this one also has a nice feature of this outer protective case on it, which when you mount it, it'll hopefully keep some of the weather out. And to add an extra layer of protection to this DiSEqC switch, I'm actually going to install it in this data box here. I got this at Princess Auto when I was in Winnipeg recently for $2, and it even came with a big cable splitter and this telephone module here. And I'll take both of these out and set it up so I can install this DiSEqC switch inside and hopefully hide it from the weather even more. And this was a way better deal than buying one of those gray plastic electrical boxes. A large one of those can probably cost about $20 or more, and half the time you have to buy the cover separately. And there's little tiny plastic ties to keep the cover from falling to the ground. I think I'll leave those on there for now. And taking the old switch out. Sometimes those connectors can be a little stiff. The back of the box has a hole in it for the wires to come up through the back like this. So I want to leave that open. So I'll mount it on the side of this board here. And that way it'll be secure, but the back will be open for the wires to come through. And the whole switch will be kept safe from the weather that way. And with all the wires pulled through the chase, we can connect the new switch now. And this is where those labels on the coax cables will be handy. Make sure you connect each cable up to the correct port on the switch. The switches are either labeled as 1, 2, 3, 4, or sometimes A, B, C, D, with A meaning 1, B meaning 2, and so on. And that will make it easier because then we won't have to change any of the DiSEqC switch commands in the menu afterwards. Sometimes getting those threads started on those coax connectors is a bit of a chore, especially when the cables are fighting you the whole way. I used 1 screw from the telephone module to secure the switch to the box, and the cover goes on no problem. A few zip ties to finish the installation outside, and inside we got our signal back.